If it weren't for the phone call between his aunt and Isaac on the way home, Charlie at this moment would really believe that the enthusiasm of the woman on the phone really came from the heart. So, he simply pretended to be very surprised, and said with a smile, "Auntie, it's really you? Why would you remember to call me?" Cynthia actually didn't want to call Charlie either. She had already passed the order to Isaac, so that Isaac would directly inform Charlie to go to Shangri-La for dinner tomorrow. However, Mr. Wade came to her specifically just now and asked her to call Charlie herself. But it can also appear that she is more sincere, and, after all, she and Charlie have not seen each other for so many years. A call ahead of time to get in touch with each other is tantamount to warming up in advance. For the next plan to persuade Charlie to go home, also will help. So she smiled and said, "Charlie, I haven't seen you for so many years, your aunt has always been thinking about you. I wanted to see you in Orus Hill a long time ago, but I heard Stephen say that you don't want to come back temporarily, so I didn't bother you." With that said, she asked with great concern, "Charlie, how have you been all these years?" Charlie felt a little nauseous in his heart, but he kept politely saying, "Everything is fine for me. Thank you, Aunt, for your concern." Cynthia breathed a sigh of relief and said with a smile, "You have a good time, Auntie can't be more pleased." After that, she said again, "By the way, Charlie, I called you, mainly because I want to come to Orus Hill to see you tomorrow and ask you out for a meal. I wonder if you have time?" Charlie asked in surprise, "You are coming to Orus Hill tomorrow?" "Yes," Cynthia said, "actually, I wanted Isaac to notify you, but I thought about it. The aunt and nephew have not seen each other for so many years, so I called you personally." Charlie smiled and said, "Okay, when will you arrive tomorrow? I will invite you to dinner." Cynthia smiled and said, "Let's have dinner in Shangri-La tomorrow night. I have already told Isaac." "Okay." Charlie did not hesitate, and agreed without thinking, "Then see you in Shangri-La tomorrow night." Cynthia smiled and said, well, then I'll see you tomorrow." Charlie hung up Cynthia's phone. The smile on his expression gradually disappeared. He has no affection for all the people named Wade, whether it is his grandfather, his uncles, or his aunt. Before investigating the cause of his parents' death, the Wade family was the biggest suspect in his eyes. Back in the room, Claire had already set a bathwater for him. After taking a bath, Charlie went back to bed to sleep. Claire, like a child waiting to hear the story, asked him if he had encountered any interesting things in Japan. Charlie told Claire what had happened between the three big families in Tokyo. However, he deliberately picked himself out of this series of events, not daring to let Claire know that he was deeply involved in it. He just told her that his clients in Japan happened to have some relationship with these families, so he got some first-hand inside information. Claire was shocked to hear Charlie talk about these incredible things. The elements of big family, ninja, and assassination sound not only incredible, but also new. Therefore, Claire was very happy to listen to it, and entangled Charlie to talk about it until it was too late. The next day, Claire got up early to go to work at the company. Charlie had eaten breakfast made by Elaine, and spent the whole day thinking about Cynthia's affairs. Since Stephen found him, until now, the Wade family has never directly appeared in his life. Charlie also liked this situation where he didn't have to deal with the Wade family. However, Cynthia broke the silence between him and the Wade family this time, which also means that the Wade family has begun to want to win over him, and for whatever purpose they do not want for him to stay in Orus Hill. Even if he saw his aunt today and refused her request, the Wade family would definitely give up. It seems that the Wade family will become a long-term trouble for him in the future. At 5:30 in the afternoon, Charlie said hello to his mother-in-law Elaine, telling her that he would have something tonight and not eat at home. Later, he went out alone and took a taxi to Shangri-La. Isaac wanted to pick him up by car, but Charlie refused. The Wade family always thought that Isaac was theirs. If Isaac behaved too diligently to him, the Wade family might be aware of the abnormality. When Charlie arrived at the Shangri-La catering department, Isaac was already waiting here in person. Seeing Charlie arrived, Isaac immediately stepped forward and said respectfully, "Master, you are here." Charlie nodded and asked him, "Where is my aunt?" Is she here? Here. Isaac wiped the sweat from his forehead and whispered, Your aunt said that she was a little tired. I arranged for a spa masseur to go to her room to serve her. It will take more than half an hour to finish the work. Charlie smiled faintly. All right, then take me to the box first. Isaac hurriedly said, You two will have dinner in the Sky Garden tonight. Charlie couldn't help but frown. He remembered the hanging garden, where the wedding he had made up for Claire was held there. The hanging garden is a huge banquet hall with no boxes and translucent glass around it. It is usually a dining place for top Shangri-La members. Choosing to eat there will inevitably be seen by other guests. So Charlie asked him, Are there many guests tonight? In case many people see me having dinner with her, and then recognize her, it might expose my identity. Isaac shrugged and said, Don't worry, Shangri-La tonight has completely cleared the entire catering department. Whether it is the outside box or the Sky Garden, there are no other guests tonight.